Well, good morning, MCC. In just a moment, we're going to take a look at John chapter 15, and this is where Jesus is talking to his disciples in the upper room, and he's talking about, I am the vine and you are the branches. And something that I want to ask, and maybe you have you ever pruned a fruit tree or like a grapevine or something that required attention for it to actually produce good fruit? A lot of you know that we moved this last year, and I didn't know it, but we have 2 apple trees on our property, and I only found that out because last year it was really hard to mow around these trees, so I trimmed a lot of the branches back, and what do you know? This spring, a bunch of apples popped up, and so that only happened because I had pruned it back so that the tree could focus on the strong fruit-bearing branches instead of shooting out new shoots that are going to take all the nutrients away. And so that's why you prune, so that the strong branches that are going to produce the most fruit can get the most nutrients and you get bigger, better fruit. And so that's what Jesus is telling his disciples here. He's like, I am the vine, you are the branches, and my Father is going to prune you so that you can produce better fruit. And that it's a process that we have to go through, that we become better followers of Jesus. And so we're going to start right in verse 1 of chapter 15. It says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. Every branch in me that does not produce fruit, he removes. And he prunes every branch that produces fruit, so that it will produce more fruit. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Remain in me, and I in you. Just as a branch is unable to produce fruit by itself unless it remains on the vine, neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. The one who remains in me and I in him produces much fruit, because you can do nothing without me. If anyone does not remain in me, he is thrown aside like a branch and he withers. They gather them, throw them into the fire, and they are burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you want, and it will be done for you. My Father is glorified by this, that you produce much fruit and prove to be my disciples. So again, here we see Jesus is telling his disciples, I've given you everything you need. Now remain in me. And you notice he says that multiple times, remain in me, and have my word remain in you. And so that's part of that pruning process. We remove things that we don't need to have remaining in us so that we can focus more on God. And how do we do that? We do that every day by getting into God's Word, by having those spiritual conversations with friends and being in those one-on-one discipleship relationships so that we can sharpen one another, so that we can produce better and more fruit. And I'm here to tell you, we will see it happen. I love hearing the stories of what God is doing through people here at MCC and how he is moving in people's lives, and we get to see that happen either through baptisms or things that happen at camp or kids ministry. It's fantastic. And so let's keep making more and better fruit as we move through. Have a great day.